Hey everyone, welcome to your messages and your forecast for Saturn going direct in the sign of Pisces today, November the 15th. Today is a big day astrologically because not only is Saturn going direct in the sign of Pisces, but we also have that full moon in Uranus that is conjunct Algol and Uranus. Major shock factor energy. And looking at the degrees that these are happening today, it's a lot of themes around Pisces and the 12th house because Saturn is stationing direct at 12 degree, which is a Piscean degree. And then the full moon is at 24th degree, which is the highest degree in terms of the degrees that Pisces rule. So there's a lot of themes related to Pisces and the 12th house. Dreams could be extremely activated. You could also have themes of like discussions around mental health. Some people, they might want to isolate themselves, or they may feel like they have been isolated from others, because one is a choice while the other is sometimes could be like you feel like you've been pushed into some type of corner. So those could be themes that comes up. Hospitals, people may be visiting the hospitals, maybe visiting someone in the hospital. You definitely want to ensure that you're not using any type of drugs as a form of escapism right now, because that's as well is associated with Piscean themes wanting to escape. Okay. And I also feel that there could be things that are hidden, because the 12th house could do with secrets and things that are hidden, even enemies actually, that could come to light for some people. For instance, Aries and Gemini, since these activations of today with the full moon and Saturn turning direct, it's happening in their 12th house respectively, right? So I'm going to pull cards at first, and then we're also going to talk about the astrology along with the cards. So I'm going to start with Aries first, and I just have to get my timestamps done because I don't want to have to go back and look at these things, okay? So Aries, this is happening in your 12th house. Let me just go to my notes, please. All right, wrong page. For you all, there could be themes that comes up, like I said, wanting to escape, maybe even wanting to take a trip far away. You may have been trying to do this for some time, but with Saturn being retrograde, Saturn may have had other plans for you at that time, other things that it wants you to focus on. Your dreams as well may have been very intense while Saturn was retrograde, but now that things are going direct, the lessons that you've learned while it was retrograde, there could have been themes around unconditional love, and acceptance, having compassion for other people, because you were forced yourself to encounter some tough challenges or life lessons. You were forced to surrender and let go, because the 12th house is about letting go. You were forced to purge a lot of deep-seated emotions, because like I said, when Saturn is retrograde, sorry, you don't have much of free will. So the things that, for instance, that you may have wanted to just lock up about, Saturn was forcing you to face those things and feel those things. It may have isolated you away from other people, that you've had to face those things and feel those things. Okay, so let's see what we have for you all. Saturn going direct for Aries. We're going to pick 2 cards, please. Definitely things that were hidden from view will be come to light for you all, because Saturn is going direct in your 12th house. And it's happening at the 12th degree, okay? Wow. 5 of Swords here with the 9 of Pentacles. And this is what I was saying with the enemies and the things that are hidden for you all, Aries specifically. There could be someone here, when it comes to finances, that they're jealous of you. They want to, or they have been at least behind the scenes battling with you, or you may have known about this, but you may not have known what schemes, what plots they may have set up for you all. But because the 9 of Pentacles is here and we have the Chariot at the bottom with the Page of Swords, I do feel that there's a win that is coming in for you all. okay? A win that puts you in a financially secure space. Venus is currently transiting your 10th house, so your reputation, your connection with people of the 10th house, it definitely takes a different turn for you all, because then there's favor of Venus that is bestowed upon you now. Okay, we even have Empress here with the 8 of Wands. Wow. And the Knight of Pentacles. So I am seeing things coming into you, stable things, things that are tangible. Good news for sure. Okay, so anyone who, or even if this is yourself with the 5 of Swords, because the 12th house could be self-sabotaging tendencies, right? Like the ego and how the ego sabotages us. That now takes a back seat because it has learned certain lessons. It has been humble. Let me look for the Death card. It may have been humble through some harsh lessons while Saturn was retrograde. All right. Okay, it's between the Hermit and the King of Swords. So lessons were learned. When you know better, you do better. Okay. So that's what I have for you all. And we will move on to Taurus. Taurus is a big day for you because we have the full moon happening in your first house. And then we have Saturn going direct in your 11th house. Some of you all could be cutting off friends. I'm not going to lie. Okay. You may be realizing that certain circles, social circles, that they're no longer for you. Okay. And as a result of that, you're making like this whole change to who you are and how you approach life because of that full moon there in your first house. Some of you could be getting some type of acknowledgement with Saturn going direct in your 11th house from the people around you because of how well you may have performed under pressure while it was retrograde in your 11th house. Okay, and I say how well you may have because Pisces and Taurus energy gives a sextile. So that's an opportunity, but one that you have to act upon. So while Saturn may have presented its challenges, if you had rose to that occasion, then now is the time for you to receive, your well wishes. That's for sure. Now it is going direct at 12th degree, which is a degree that I personally feel deals a lot with things that are hidden. So this could be a time where certain things come to light for you all, like how much you really gained in something or how much you're about to gain in something because of the result of, the discipline and structure that you put. Yeah, the World card here, I feel like you're going to be acknowledged for your involvement, whether it's work, whether it's in a humanitarian cause, some type of social cause, a charitable cause, showing up for a friend, ideas that you had. So let's see, we're gonna get 2 cards for you. Some of you may be appointed as leaders for something. Taurus, please. Saturn direct. So we have the 8 of Swords here along with the 4 of Pentacles. Let me see what's at the bottom of the deck. We have the 3 of Wands. So something is coming in, but in your mind, right, there may have been or there may be some I'm getting imposter syndrome, honestly, from this energy. Like you're holding back on what you have to offer. Okay, and it seems like with this energy that is coming in, something that's coming in, because the Hanged One is right after it, I'm more so feeling like you realize that you're able to snap out of it then, right? You more so realize that, hey, no, I actually do have a lot to offer. Okay, and also if there were financial constraints that you were experiencing, well, there is something that is coming in to kind of get you from out of that space. I'm gonna take that since there is something coming in that's going to take you out of that space. For some of you, it's a contract, okay, or some type of business opportunity. Let's move on to my lovely fellow Geminis. I am one of you. So Geminis, this is happening in your 10th house of your public image, your public life, what people know about you, your relationship to those in authority. If you are an authority figure yourself, your work ethic, the way that your career transitions or evolves, your father, if they are living, okay? If you're honored for somehow, if you have a business venture, if you, like I said, if you're honored, if you accomplish something, then you know that's public, right? The way that you lead people. So that definitely has been under review while Saturn was retrograde. For some of you all, depending on your degree, this squared you, right? By degree, by whole sign as well, it is a square. So this may have been felt really challenging for you all. Some of you may have felt like you had to make tough decisions. And I feel a part of making those tough decisions was you refining the way that you deal with others, okay? In order, some of you did not really pass the test, okay? There's gonna be another retrograde that's gonna come up next year, so that could be your part 2. But for those of you who excelled on the lessons, on the discipline and structure that Saturn was asking of you, then this is definitely a time where you will see the rewards of that. You will see the rewards of you developing a good work ethic. You will see your social standing increase. If you didn't quote unquote crash out, if you didn't quote unquote crash out, sorry, I have to answer my manager here. For some of you all, if you were disciplined in, like, let's say you have some type of public or some type of facing business, this could be where if you're like putting out content and stuff like that, if you're in online world at least, or you were making products to sell, and you were just very disciplined in it, then you definitely will allow yourself to, I would say, now see how much people have actually learned about you. You could see your stuff having many viewers, more followers coming to you, more people purchasing your business, okay? And for some of you, you may see your reputation restored, okay? So let's get 2 cards for you. So I definitely feel some of you all, your career could like take it up a notch. Your reputation at work could, like, people could be speaking highly about you and how disciplined you were. Gemini, please. Okay, they gave me 2 right away. Yeah, you have news coming in, or people talking about you, sending you messages. 10 of Pentacles. This is bringing forth stability for you. 7 of Pentacles with the 5 of Swords. Aries got this 5 of Swords also, okay? Which I am not surprised by, because in the beginning, if you listen to that little intro in the beginning, I did say that Aries and Gemini would be the 2 who would see hidden enemies come to the surface. But they stopped nothing for you. Honestly, they didn't stop a thing for you. It actually worked out in your favor. Or you could have seen that you were up against people who were trying to win at all costs, but you were tactful, you were decisive, you think your steps through before you executed on it. You use these situations, these bricks or whatever that these people try to put your way, and hey, look, you actually benefited from it. So I want to get one more on this 5 of Swords. They stopped nothing. Queen of Pentacles. Capricorn rules the 10th house, and I do associate the Queen of Pentacles with the sign of Capricorn. And this just shows me that you were embodying that Capricornian energy. Your work ethic was good. You showed yourself as a leader. You showed yourself as being tactful and diplomatic. You rose above whatever competition or whatever it is that someone tried to do for you. For some of you, as a result of that, you have business partnerships that's coming in. Okay. I don't want to say that it's love related. For some of you, it could be. Because at the bottom of the deck, we do have Judgment, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So there could be someone in love that is bringing something towards you. I'm trying to think what's in your 7th house. Oh, okay. You got Mercury that is transiting your 7th house, and it will be retrograde. So I think people will rethink their position when it comes to you. All right. Okay. And then let's go to Cancers. All right, Cancer. So this is happening in your 9th house, which has to do with higher education, spirituality, your traditions, your belief system, your customs and culture, you know, especially if you're someone who is of an ethnicity that actually has established customs that they try to continue on. This could be your relation to mentors and gurus. One second. Yeah, so Cancers, this energy trines you. So Saturn retrograde was actually beneficial for you. It may have pointed you to the right people, the right mentors, the right gurus. It may have brought about some form of expansion and growth where it might not have been externally immediately, definitely internally. And I feel that now it's direct. You're going to see the external benefits of that. So you may have expanded your mind, you know, the way that you think, the way that you see things, the knowledge. You may have increased some form of knowledge here. You may have learned about places to travel, and now you may, with it direct, you may actually get to travel. So whereas there may have been some red tapes around being able to go somewhere, I feel like through that back and forth, there's maybe a lot that you may have learned. There may also have been people that you have met, and that the red tapes, the people that you've met, it may have all worked in a cohesive nature to not only allow you to meet new people and learn new things, but I feel it also opened your mind somehow. It instilled more patience in you. Like I said, this energy trying to Cancer. So I feel like overall it was just beneficial for you. Okay. If you wanted to publish or write, you may have went back over something that you were writing, and now you might feel confident enough to actually like continue to write it or to actually publish it, because you were spending time going over it, being very structured and disciplined with Saturn there. Okay, some of you may have considered whether or not you want to teach, or whether or not you want to go back to school, and there could have been like a back and forth about it in terms of how you feel internally, or what it is that you need to do in order to either, like, say for example, you want to become a teacher, maybe a teacher's license that you would need or something. You want to go back to school, but there are documents that you needed to provide, etc. So let's see what we have for you all in the cards, Cancer. Saturn direct, please. I also feel you had a hidden ally. The 12 degrees is about things that are hidden, but I feel like there was some type of mentor that was working in here on your favor. And the reason I'm going to say that is because you do have the full moon in Taurus that is happening in your 11th house, and I feel like there's going to be some type of shock factor of how someone has been working behind the scenes on your behalf. Definitely Magician, hey, Hierophant, and the Chariot. This is a recipe for success, and these are what are hidden on the bottom of the deck. Your two cards are the Four of Swords And the Ace of Wands, why are you worried? There is the perfect opportunity that is coming for you. Okay, you might have feel worried because you things have been stalled. Yeah, you might have been worried because things have been stalled. I'm gonna find out right now with this Four of Swords. Perhaps there was this energy of surrender that is being asked of you, especially with Jupiter retrograde there in your 12th house, and the 12th house is about surrendering. Tell me more about the Four of Swords, please. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. Perhaps you had to learn to rely on and work with other people. That's what the Three of Swords is. I mean, the Three of Swords now. That's what the Three of Pentacles is, right? I have to cover this because of the nudity. It is about learning to rely on people rather than being in hyper independent space where you do it all by yourself and struggle alone. You go further with others is what I am feeling. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles here. So tell me more about this Ace of Wands opportunity. Or this is an opportunity to travel, or this is an opportunity to publish something, to pursue some type of knowledge, some spark, you know. Yeah, Temperance energy. What with the Emperor? Okay, I do feel there's some type of ally on your side. Okay, this is divine intervention, whatever this is. All right. Hey Leo, so this Saturn direct station is happening in your 8th house. The past 4 months for you may have been filled with intense shadow work. Some of you may have started whether it be with a coach or a spiritual coach or an actual therapist or a counselor or even just a friend. Maybe you may have started to open up some more, because with Saturn retrograde there, it may have felt like you really didn't have a choice in terms of escaping from the hardships that you're feeling emotionally. Okay, there may have been many things that came up from your subconscious minds, especially when Mars was retrograding there in your 12th house, and it's gonna come back again because Mars will retrograde in the sign of Cancer, right? And Mars is currently in your 1st house, so you could feel like there's a lot of purge and a lot of things that is being brought up for you, a lot of challenges, but it's more so from an emotional space. So the external chaos that you're seeing is actually something that is internal. Saturn retrograde may have initiated cycles of death and rebirth within you. Okay, whereas you might feel like things were being complicated or being X'd out of your life, it was to put you through some form of ego death here, right? And you may have felt like there were more responsibilities that were placed on you, because it also have to do with shared responsibilities, even finances, right? So you might have felt like when it comes to the finances that you share with another, that things may have been a bit more tough on you, like you had to put more, you had to contribute more, and you may have felt like so many stuff was just like it was changing so often for you before you even had the chance to really like get a grip of what has happened. With the other thing, it's like another thing and another thing and another thing, right? And I'm smiling because I natally have 8th house placements, and I'm also a Scorpio rising. Scorpio in the traditional wheel is the 8th house, right? So I know what this is like. this is my life, you know. This is what I do all the time. And you may have also felt like you were experiencing power struggles with others. You may still feel that way, especially with Mars there now in your 1st house until December. You might feel like you're going through a lot of power struggles with others. With Saturn now direct in your 8th house, at least from when it comes to shared resources, shared ventures, shared responsibilities, the other person may now start to take on their own. But what you have to deal with now is the residual bitterness or resentment that you may feel with Mars there in your 1st house, and kind of like, you know, temper this. If you had anything to do with like inheritances and going through some type of legal process with inheritances, things may start to feel like it's moving forward now for you all, because Saturn is going direct at the 12th degree in your 8th house, and 8th house does have to do with things that are hidden and investigative skills. Something could come to light now. You may find something out now that you have to act on. Okay, if you were trying to get some type of loan from a bank or a mortgage, definitely there may have been a lot of hurdles that you may have had to go through, and now it's you deciding whether or not you really want to even continue with that, with all that you've learned, with all the struggles that and turnaround that you went through. Okay, all right, for Leo, someone arising, please. Things are changing. Some stuff from your past could come back around. Anything, we have the Four of Pentacles, so anything that may have felt restrictive to some degree the past 4 months could be coming back around for you now. Yeah, the Nine of Swords here, as well as the Tower. Wow. Something that you're worried about is definitely having a major change. Okay, let's see. So whatever this thing was that you were worried about for each of you individually, this is bringing forth some type of major change. Tell me more about the Tower. And Tower energy is like Mars energy, and like I said, you are embodying Mars energy right now. Give me 1 second. Give me 2 more on the Tower, please. The Eight of Swords. So we have Nine of Swords and then the Eight of Swords. So again, it was, like I said, that internal reflected out into the external. All right. Yeah, the Hermit. You learned. You went through all of that so you could learn. Okay, which makes sense because we do have the King of Wands here, which is like a matured energy when it comes to Leo energy. Okay, so now you know how it is to go after what it is that you want. Now I feel like you also know not to be because we have Temperance next, right? Now you know how not to be, like, I don't want to say greedy, but like somebody who like overindulges. Okay, now you know to temper that energy. Okay, interesting. All right, let's move on to Virgo. Virgo, your relationships, man, your interpersonal relationships, your dealings with others may have felt like such a challenge the past 4 months. I mean, beyond the 4 months, because Saturn on a whole transit in the 7th house brings a lot of pressure in terms of saying, are you ready to commit? Is this the person that you want to be with? Is this the person that you want to partner with? Is this a contract that you want to sign? Okay, and that person also, who's represented by the 7th house, whoever it is for you, they're also at a space where they're maturing too, and they're requiring more of you, or Saturn is putting them under pressure, and it's like the way that they're reacting is like, is this someone I really want to align myself with if they're not evolving properly under pressure. So that's how it could be somebody then who escapes. The Saturn in Pisces energy is about escapism. So Virgos tend to attract people who could have some type of like substance abuse, because that's that Piscean energy, right? So that may have hit home for someone of you. Maybe spirit needed me to say that. So now with it direct, you're gonna say, okay, me and that person, whether that be business partner, relationship wise, we may have the potential to, commit long term to whatever this is. Or some of you may say, yeah, this shows me how dysfunctional this situation really is, and I don't think that this is someone that I want to continue along with. So Virgo, someone arising. Or you might see for yourself, I really have more maturing to do to perhaps match this person's energy, right? Yeah, first card out. Two of Swords. And the Hanged One. So much was stalled, so much was blocked that you now have to make some type of decision or choice on, because you are now seeing things from a new perspective. You're now enlightened, whereas before you may not have been thinking from the right space, from the right headspace. You were placed in very uncomfortable type situations in order for you to rethink the people that you connect with, in love, friendship, or otherwise. More on the hang one, please. And this is Piscean energy, the hang one. This is Pisces energy. One more. Some of you are going to be leaving. Some. We have 2 8s. What I like about these 2 8s is telling me that you're definitely going to put yourself in a space of making the right choice for you that is beneficial for you. Okay, you're going to basically take the reins of your own life. So I see some of you walking away with this 8 of Cups. Okay, we do have the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom here. So some of you could be working towards a family next, or you could be working towards what is stable for your family, or what's going to bring stability in your life so that you could one day have that for a family. But I do feel you won't be settling anymore. So if you're in a situation that isn't working, that you've tried really hard with this 8 of Pentacles, like you throughout the retrograde, you tried hard, you tried different ways, you tried to perfect. Well, not perfect, but you really put in the effort here. Now you're realizing, I gotta leave. All right. Yeah, Fool card. So some of you could definitely be starting some type of new cycle there in your 7th house. All right, Libras. This is happening in your 6th house. You may be learning new ways. It may have been forced to learn new ways to take care of yourself and your health, your physical health. Some of you may have been pushed into being more of service to others, sacrificing more. Okay, some of you may have been trying to improve your craft, or having been forced to improve your craft or the way that you work, because the 6th house does have to do with our daily habits and routines, which, if you're someone who's working, that has to do with your day-to-day life. You also may have been learning some very harsh lessons, because you may have felt like while Saturn is retrograde, like you're just down on your luck. You might have felt, Libra, like every minute you turn, there's some type of challenge, some type of conflict, someone who is out to get you. 6th house is also the house of enemies. Some of you, you could have been having issues with your pets. You may have had to pay out more money than you were getting in, like you're borrowing from others, so you have to be paying off interest. You may have felt down on the weather or burnt out a lot because Saturn was putting a lot of demands on you. So those things now come to some sort of halt. Let's see what the cards have for you all, Libra. He doesn't want to stop. All right, there it is. Yeah, a lot of struggles now. Wands at the bottom of the deck here, but good news comes. And the 8 of Wands. It's coming in fast. These are all Wands energy. So let's see what the actual cards are. Queen of Swords. And the 7 of Cups. It becomes very clear now what it is that you need to do. A choice could be made here. Maybe it was something that you were struggling to do. So let's say like you were sacrificing yourself a lot for others. Maybe being in people-pleasing mode. This could be a time where you're like, no, enough is enough. Okay. And you have that conversation. For some of you all, this could be where you finally have gained that stamina or that discipline that you need to quit a bad habit, to be disciplined in choosing every single day what is best for your physical health and in turn mental health. Okay, tell me more about the 7 of Cups though. I feel that some of you were God, I lost my train of thought. in a little kind of like bubble. I get it back. If you were in kind of like a little type of bubble as to what having something would require of you. Let's say you wanted a promotion at work. You got that promotion at work, right? But you didn't realize just how much effort or sacrifice it would take on you to have this role. That's now changing. Like, you're now really seeing the reality of the demands that something would, like, you're not seeing through rose colored glasses no more. Okay, there's this energy of eights showing up for you all. So we have the Eight of Wands with the Four of Pentacles. So I do believe there perhaps with the Eight of Wands, something that is coming in, some type of message, some type of news that is coming in fast towards you. But with the Four of Pentacles, maybe you may choose not to. Give me one more on the Four of Pentacles. To take what is coming in. Oh, okay. You're gonna learn how to better delegate. That's what it is. Because you got a Queen of Pentacles here, so she's very good at budgeting, resourcing, guiding, leading. King of Wands right afterwards, leading people, and also taking care of her physical health. So when it comes to the burnout, I can't show this, the card, because there's nudity on it, but it is the Star card that came out to rectify the Four of Pentacles. So that just makes me feel like there's 1 second. Give me a second. Yeah, so I was saying with the Star card that came out to clarify the Four of Pentacles, I feel like there's a better balance that you're going to be able to have in terms of having what it is that you want, right? And whatever discipline or structure that is necessary in order for you to have that thing that you want, right? Or at least be able to enjoy it. Okay, so let's move on to Scorpios, which is happening in their 5th house. I'm a Scorpio rising myself, so for me personally, without getting into too much details, it has been a lot in terms of responsibilities on me when it comes to my son. The 5th house does represent our children. Okay, I've also tried to become a bit more disciplined when it comes to putting out content on YouTube. Specifically, the 5th house does also have to do with our creativity and or hobbies and or like if you have some type of entrepreneurial business, which this is also for me on the side, right? Romance and love affairs for you all may have felt like a bit of a challenge. Like you may not have been experiencing a lot of romance in your life. Relationships or dating at least could have been felt challenging or hard. Being a parent could have been felt challenging or hard. When it comes to your creativity, you may have been disciplined in it, but you may not have been enjoying it as much. You may not have had enough time for joys and pleasures. If you were trying to say like play speculative games, going to the casino and stuff like that, you may not have had much luck with that as well either. If you took any type of risk, you might feel like they weren't paying off during that time period. You may have felt like you were not able to enjoy a lot of pleasures or joys. Well, these all changed now with Saturn direct. Saturn says, okay, I've teach you certain lessons around these things. Now you have the free will to go and enjoy these things, but definitely take the lessons that I have given to you. If you were trying to have a child, it may have felt difficult. This could also be maybe perhaps during a time where you had to research on how to better care for your body, your partner's body. And now you could implement that so that you could have some type of success with Saturn now direct. Okay, definitely by next year when the North Node moves into the sign of Pisces, more Scorpio placements could conceive if that's what they were trying to do. Okay, for me personally, I have Saturn natally in my 5th house, and it was not until Jupiter transited my 5th house that I was able to successfully conceive. I had 3 miscarriages prior to that. So yeah, it was not fun at all, having to experience that heartbreak so many times. All right, for Scorpio, Sun, and Rising. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups, so that mother-like energy, that nurturing type energy, that even romance may have been for some of you all, or that's those social like activities, because I do see 2 queens here, which just makes me think of friends regardless of your gender. But you know how some women, how they commune with one another and show up for one another, that could be coming in next for you all, because I do see the 3 of Pentacles there. So you could be attracting like the right type of people. We have Justice, and we also have, wow, I don't really want to show the whole card, but we also have the Star card. So you got 2 major arcana. You're the only sign so far that has 2 major arcana that came out as their main spread. So you're receiving some type of spiritual justice here. This is wish fulfillment. I don't know, for some of you all, because we have the 10 of Cups after the 3 of Pentacles, and there's 2 women here. This could be about children. Yeah, look at the bottom of the deck, Page of Cups, which could represent the child to the Queen of Cups. So for some of you all, especially since the 5th house have to do with children, if you have children, this could be where you finally get the help that you need, or you finally learn how to balance parenthood and enjoying your life, because justice is all about balance, right? For some of you all, this could finally be hormonal balance, right? And Pluto is moving into your 4th house, which is Aquarius. That's that star energy, Aquarius energy. So this could be where things change and you're able to start your lineage. Let's clarify some more. Tell me more about the star. I feel justice also rules, you know, justice is Libra energy, which Libra is naturally associated with the 7th houses in astrology. So this could be wish fulfillment in your love life, right? Your romantic life. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel, yep, and the Devil. Sorry, there was noise interference. I feel this is where some of you could definitely finally be getting that support that you deserve. I was just saying about Pluto moving into Aquarius. So Pluto is moving from your 3rd house in Capricorn into Aquarius. So this is finally getting you that community and support that you need, that friend that I showed you with the 2 queens. For some of you all, this could be maybe some type of child support or alimony. I don't know why I went there. Perhaps because of the square to Gemini, to Jupiter and Gemini in your 8th house. Okay, so there may have been challenges that you went through during that time. Give me more on Justice, please. Yeah, the Fool. I know it has to be some type of new journey that is being started for you in your 5th house, and it's coming back into balance here for you. Things that were out of balance are coming back into balance for you. Yeah, whatever may have felt like there was a lot of burdens and struggles on you with Temperance here, now you know you're getting the help and the assistance that you need. This could be good. There it is. If you successfully mastered Saturn's test while it was in your 5th house, taking away your joys and pleasures, putting a lot more responsibilities on you in terms of the gifts that you were blessed with and that you should put out into the world, or the children that you were blessed with. I feel, and even in love, you know, having standards when it comes to dating in love and not settling, I feel this is where the blessings come in for you now. Okay, so Sagittarius, this is happening in your 4th house. You may have felt like there's so much chaos in your home, so much demands in your home, structures that had to be put in your home. You might not have felt as comfortable as at home as you wanted to be. Maybe there were renovations that you felt were needed around the house. You may have felt like things were falling down around and you had to kind of budget as a parent as well, because parenting does have to do with the 4th house. Like Gemini, no, like Scorpios, you may have felt like parenting is hard. So if you have Scorpio placements, you may have doubled that effort as a parent. And things may have felt a bit tense with your family of origin. Okay, if you wanted to move, it may have been hard for you to do so. These all change now. So let's see what Saturn direct is bringing in for you. Yep, Emperor status here. Whether you're female or male in gender or identification, I do feel that Saturn now direct is going to put you like a matriarch or patriarch of your household. People are going to look to you. People are going to see just how much that you've shown over the past 4 months that you could lead and you could guide. We have the Four of Cups. And we have the Three of Pentacles. This is about working. I was gonna say this is about working together. I feel like now there could be someone in your home life, like a family member or even a partner, who now, you know, they're willing to work with you now, but you have had to do so much by yourself that you're kind of over it, you know, like you have had to accomplish so much by yourself that you're kind of like over it now. Tell me more. Four of Cups. Eight of Wands. Yeah. Some of you could be finding some place to move finally. Yeah. Eight of Wands and Chariot. Double confirmation about moving. So some of you may be deciding to move because you may have felt during this transit left out in the cold at home, and you're like, okay, I don't want to live like this no more. And it's like, as soon as you do that, then someone comes in with some type of offer. A family member, if you lived at home or you shared a family property together, or a romantic partner. We do have Jupiter retrograde in Gemini there in your 7th house. So Jupiter in the 7th house doesn't always bring elevations of relationships. It could also bring breakdowns if the relationship isn't on rocky foot, has been on rocky footing. Okay, tell me more about the Three of Pentacles, the Hermit. Yeah, then we have the Four of Wands here. So someone now may want to be more in a space of maturity, of making the house a home type energy, right? But I don't know, a lot of fours. There's this stability, this grounded, this security that you have within yourself that, you know, you actually have 4 fours here, where you just don't think this person is equipped. Yeah, Knight of Wands, Temperance here. You don't feel like this person is equipped to match the energy that you have given, sadly. All right, Capricorns. Seems I'm gonna finish in time. Capricorns, this is happening in your 3rd house. It has to do with like the siblings, the way you communicate with others. So you might have felt like communication with others, the things that you have to say, like you have to say more than once because they're always taking it to mean something other than what it is. If you have been trying to learn some type of skill or certification, it may have been harder to process than before. It may have taken more effort from you to learn. People around your neighborhood or community, they may have not have been the easiest to deal with. If you've been trying to learn some type of language or you've been trying to write something, you may have experienced writer's block, or like I said, overall, you may have not been processing things digesting things as easily. Okay. And communication with others may have been a bit hard. When it comes to short distance travel or having to even deal with your car, they may have presented more challenges. All these come to a halt with Saturn stationing direct. Capricorn, yeah, 8 of Pentacles, first card. So to learn some type of skill, you may have felt like you're having to going overtime. Like, why is something that I normally, you know, like I'm a person who normally learns things really quickly. Why has it been so hard to digest this? Well, we have the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups here. Okay. Could it potentially be because maybe you're looking at things in the wrong way because they're not, let me rephrase that. Could it potentially be because that's not something that comes, It's not aligned with your path is what I'm trying to say, because the star card is at the bottom here, which also have to do with like the North Node. And so you have the South Node that is currently transiting your 10th house, and so there could be some type of career path that you're changing here. And so that could be why you may have experienced those struggles that you've been experiencing. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups. Yeah, the Sun card. I feel like there's something that's going to give you much more joy and pleasure, even in learning, in doing, somewhere that you want to be. Short distance travel could mean like you move to somewhere shorter, like maybe that neighborhood that you were in is not as good, right? The Sun and the Two of Cups. Yeah, I feel there's some place that you're gonna find more pleasure in. There's people that you're gonna be able to relate with more better. Three of Pentacles here. So allow yourself to be open. I'm hearing to new experiencing. Okay, open your mind to new experiences here. Yeah, Death card and the Ace of Pentacles. There's this energy of starting over here. Ace of Swords, and that starting over, being more aligned with where you are. Like, it's okay to realize you've reached a certain place, and you know that's not what you want to do anymore. Okay, so some of you could now be pivoting to learn some type of new skill, or moving somewhere else where maybe you have previously set roots down before and you're like, I don't really want to be here. Okay, Aquarius. This is happening in your 2nd house. Now, money may have felt really tight for you all. I'm an Aquarius rising in my solar return chart. So for the year from one birthday to the next. And when I tell you money has been really tight since Saturn went for retrograde in my 2nd house, I have learned to budget in ways that I've never known before. Okay, so some of you all could definitely be experiencing that. When it comes to your values, I feel like you may have been experiencing through things being placed in front of you, and you having to decide whether long term what it is that you want to accomplish, whether that be a certain romantic relationship, a certain health level based on what you ingest in your body, a certain skill or talent that you want to be able to say that, yes, you know, I have this. Your self-esteem, the way that you spend money, those have all been here. You take the easy one, or you take the one that's going to give you the long-term results that you want. So instant gratification versus long-term gratification. I feel that's what Saturn has definitely been put in there. Some of you may have had to rely on family, or you may feel like family isn't able to help you out as much during this time because of the restrictions from Saturn retrograde. You might felt like your material comforts were taken away from you, but now you get those things back. So one more. 9 of Wands, definitely been a struggle. 5 of Cups. To the bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Swords. Yeah, with the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. You get your comforts back, right? But this is happiness, this is comfort in the home, this is support, yada, yada, yeah. But it came after a process. Maybe some of you weren't grateful for how good you have things, okay? And that energy showed you definitely the breakdown, how easily things can change for you all. And to not let like self-sabotage or always wanting more and more to get in the way. 9 of Wands. Things will start to pick up back for you. 5 of Cups. Yeah. So the 9 of Wands is clarified by the Page of Cups. So you get some type of little gift offer. I feel like it's from Spirit because we have Temperance card that came out with it. So I feel like it's a little nudge from Spirit that, hey, don't worry about these 3 cups that have been spilled during this process. You still have 2 behind you. Okay. But make sure that you do the right thing with it. We do have the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. So there is support, I feel, that is coming for you. So it could be through like family supporting you financially, or I don't know, maybe a raise at work. What is Temperance bringing in? Yeah, Page of Pentacles. It could be at work, okay, or you receiving money or collaboration from someone will be helping you all, okay. Could it be a romantic partner with that Two of Cups showing? Yes, because Jupiter is there in your 5th house. And lastly, Pisces, you are the woman and man of the hour, because Saturn's going direct in your 1st house. So you may have felt like, whoa, I don't want to do this anymore. That's me how you felt with Saturn transit in your 1st house, direct or not. You may have felt personally like, I don't want to do this anymore. Some of you could be maturing at such a fast rate with Saturn there in your 1st house because of all the lessons that Saturn has been bringing in for you all. You might have been able to take a strong look at, you know, what are your strengths and weaknesses as a person? What do you want to improve on? What will you accept that maybe this just isn't for me, right? You're also going to look at how you interact with other people, right? And how it is that you, like, what's your personal style? How you want the world to see you, to know of you. So you may have been just learning much more about yourself, your identity, who you are as a person. Some of you with Saturn retrograde there in your 1st house could have experienced some type of health ailment, maybe even burnout. The Saturn does ask a lot of discipline from us. You may not want to identify as something that you once did. Like, let's say, for instance, you were a part of a vegan club. Maybe you don't want to be vegan anymore. You know, you don't want to identify as a vegan no more. Just for an example. Pisces, Sun, and Rising, please. I don't want to do this anymore. Queen of Pentacles with the Strength card. Saturn has been making you so strong internally. As I was saying, you're looking at your strengths and your weaknesses. And I feel when it comes to the weaknesses, you're also learning how to love yourself as you are, where you are. Meet yourself halfway, meet yourself in the middle. And on the things that you really do want to accomplish with this Capricorn type energy here, that you put more gusto behind it. Okay. Let me see on the bottom here. Some of you could be partnering, or others could want to be partnering with you. There could be some balance that is happening in your home life, which makes sense because we have Jupiter there in Gemini in your home life. Tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, 6 of Swords here. So you're moving towards more of a calmer period in your life now with Saturn direct. Strength card. And I feel that has to do with, you know, the internal work that you've done. We have the Tower and the Devil here. So you definitely broke down old structures, old self-sabotaging tendencies, any egoic patterns that kept you tied to places and things and people that were not meant for your highest good. You do have Aries, Aquarius, yeah. Pluto in Capricorn in your 11th house. So you're definitely cutting away from people, places, and things that's not good for you. And you have Pluto is going to move into your 12th house. One last one for Pisces. So this is happening in your 1st house. So expect some downloads, psychic downloads, because it's stationing at 12 degrees. We do have the Page of Swords here. And whereas this could be news and information, personally, I feel like it could be news and information that you give to others, or you being acknowledged in some type of way, right? But I also feel like it could be news that comes into you about you, that about your identity, about yourself that you didn't know, whether that be literally from someone else you finding this out, or like through a dream or something. So I'm finishing right on the hour mark. Yay me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, be blessed.